Hello and welcome to what is hopefully the first of many. My name is Specs9000 and I will be your host, as I am also the host of this server that consists of myself, my wife, and my friend who also has his own YouTube channel. I'll be linking that in the description as well. This server contains a mod pack called Valhelsia Origins. Now, if you're familiar with the Create mod, you may notice some of the parts behind me look very familiar. It's because the Create mod is a very core part of this mod pack, and I've been enjoying myself so much with it so far, and I have no regrets other than I haven't started recording sooner. As you can see, I've made a little bit of progress. I wish I would have recorded that so that we can share the excitement of some of these creations together. But I will show. This is probably one of my favorite things about the Create mod so far. Is automation is just so easy. I mean, just watch this. This is an automatic wheat farm. I have it turned off for the sake of the server. Let's see. I'll just let it speak for itself. Just watch this. I'm just gonna stand back. Oh gosh, that is amazing. So this wheat farm is actually sort of a threefold farm. At the moment, it's collecting wheat, but when it comes here, you may notice that some of it will go here, some of it will go here, and the seeds will also come here. But some will also go up this track. I'll get to that in a minute. What's going on here is it's collecting the wheat into one chest, separating the rest of the wheat into this chest along with the seeds. Whoa. And that is being turned into bone meal. So this is a wheat farm and a bone meal farm. It is also going up this conveyor belt. I'll go ahead and follow the process here, and into this this funnel right here. This funnel is being funneled into this deployer. The deployer, the deployer is feeding these cows. Now, you know what happens when you feed cows. They make babies, because that's how it works. And you may see they meet a somewhat of a morbid end whenever they grow up, but it's all for the greater good, and the greater good is feeding me. Now, whenever they grow up, they will meet this saw. When they meet the saw, they will drop their meat, which will be cooked by that fire and will be collected in this chest here. And you can see it's already done plenty of work. Just to catch you up to speed, this is the only other farm I've created. So really, you haven't missed much. But this is a kelp farm. Maybe I should sleep real quick, if it will work. There we go. So this is a kelp farm, and kelp is very important in the Create mod because it allows you to create conveyor belts. If you don't have kelp, then you can't create conveyor belts. So I don't want to have to collect that every time myself. So, of course, I created an automatic harvester for it. As you can see here, this is what is called a sticky mechanical piston. And what's special about mechanical pistons is that you can extend how far they push. And that's one thing I love about Create. It really takes off the limits of what you can do. But when it is time, this will get pushed down and collect every bit of kelp that there is down there. It will come out here and get cooked down there. Now I don't have to. I'll cut that part out. Now you may be asking, how does it go back and forth if there's just one rotational power? And some of you may not have been asking that, but I'm going to answer it anyways. It's because of this thing right here. This is called a redstone link. It allows for wireless redstone. Now, wireless redstone has been something I've wanted in Minecraft for years, because it just allows you to clean up the look and display redstone mechanics without actually having spaghetti noodle redstone everywhere. So this is actually on a timer, and I'll show you what it's connected to. These are two more redstone components that the Create mod adds, and that is, I believe it's called the adjustable. Oh, it's at the top. Adjustable pulse repeater. So it lets it every time it receives a pulse, you can set a timer for how long it takes for that pulse to be let through. And so what's going on here is every 20 minutes, this will release a pulse to power this powered toggle latch. Now when this gets powered, it's basically a 1-block T flip-flop. Whenever this gets powered, it just toggles redstone on and off. It's basically like hitting a lever, except not manually. But you may notice this pulse also goes into a 25-second one. That's because it takes about 25 seconds for it to come down, and so this will pulse again after 25 seconds and turn it back on, and that will pull it back up. It could be more efficient. This is one of the very first farms I created on here, so it definitely could be more efficient. That's my dog. Oh, you'll be hearing a lot of him. He doesn't know when to shut up. Yeah, thank you, Walter. Thank you. You're adding very much. You're adding a lot to the video. Now there is. Oh wait, there's this. This is my automatic. This is my not so automatic, but kind of automatic drill. I did used to use a design I found on YouTube that would encase the entirety of the drill in cobblestone to protect it from lava and water. However, my friend who is also on this server, you'll find him in that direction, his name is Argus. He noted that the only thing that needed to be protected was the cart itself. So now it actually only places cobblestone around the cart, so that I don't have to use quite as many deployers, and that saves me a ton on resources. So what actually happens is, as this goes along, it will encase the minecart in cobblestone, and it will continue and mine. And this is a 5x4, 4x5, 5x4. Maybe I should make it 5x5 just to be symmetrical. Anyways, it is a 5x4, and it will drill a 5x4 hole in any direction that you set it in. Now this deployer here is placing carts right in front of the minecart, so that it can keep going forever. This scraper right here, or mechanical plow, it looks like a scraper. I'm going to call it a scraper. This mechanical plow will pick up the rails behind it for recycled. This mechanical plow will pick up the rails behind the minecart so that it can reuse them later, so you don't have to keep supplying the machine with rails. So as long as this has a way to go forward, it will go. And there's no force in Minecraft that I've seen that can stop it just yet. That's not to say that it is foolproof. Eventually, it will lose kinetic energy. So at first, I power it with a powered rail, and that will send it a very good distance. But eventually, it will need to be powered again. So I'm trying to figure out a way to keep it powering itself forever. Questions for later. For now, what I want to do is I want to create an infinite lava source, because if you know anything about Create, you know that lava is a very important part of any industry. That but having an infinite amount of it, it's not like water. You can't just make a 4x4. And if you're familiar with Tangotek's, series on Create, you'll know that you can create a 10,000 block hole and essentially make an infinite source of lava from that. He did that using dripstone. Now, that brings us to a problem. There is no dripstone. This is a 1.15 mod pack. There is no dripstone. I have, but hope is not lost. I have found a way to bring lava from the Nether, and that is, maybe I should just show you. I'll be right back. So here we are in my creative world, and this behind me is how we're going to have to get our infinite source of lava. Now, you may notice that Create has supplied us with a few very important blocks that makes this possible. This is the item drain. So this will drain anything that contains liquid into itself, and this mechanical pump will pump it to where it needs to go. I have this fluid container here to demonstrate that this is usable lava. This can actually be immediately put into any use that you could think of, and it's actually a very simple design. I'll go. Whoa. Anyways, I'll go through here. And so as you can see, the buckets are just being recycled through the same portal and being pulled around to this spout that is filling them with lava. Now the lava is being drained from the Nether directly. That's right, this is pure natural Nether lava. Now, as I said with Create before, if there's a body of liquid that contains 10,000 or more blocks of that liquid, Create will consider it an infinite source of that liquid. This, I would say, is probably well over 10,000 blocks. So this is our infinite source of lava. This hose is sucking up all the infinite lava and pumping it into our spout, into the overworld, and draining it into whatever we need it for, really. So this is what we're going to have to do. Now here comes the problem. I have to build in the Nether, and I've never really been a big fan of that. So we'll see what happens. Alright, whoa, lag. Alright, we're back in the server, and I believe I have most of what I need. I have the spout, I have a fluid tank. I don't really need the fluid tank, but I have a fluid tank. I have 30 fluid pipes. I'll probably need more than that. And I have mechanical pumps. Do I have the drain? I do have the drain. I have the drain. I have a hose pulley. I don't know why I made another one. Because as you can see, if I go into the Nether here, this will take a moment. I have already got one set up. That hose pulley is going down into a very big lava lake that's under this soul sand valley. This place is terrifying. Yes, we spawned right next to a fortress, by the way. You can see here that I use water wheels for the power in the overworld, but there's no water in the nether. So I think I will have to use a windmill. I can potentially use the water wheels with the lava, but I like the idea of a windmill better. So let's take a look. See, I'm still learning a lot about this this mod pack as we go, so let's see how we can use this to make a windmill. Okay, okay. Okay. So I need these sail blocks. Before we begin on that, I'm going to show you this, because this is one of my favorite things about this mod so far. Wait. Okay. So now I have the auto drill 2.0. Please place the right direction. Yes! Okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. Do I have... Okay. Okay, let's see if it's got the... Yes, it's got the rotation. It's got the controller rails on it. Cool. Oh! Okay. Going to create a little bit of room here, just to show off this thing in all of its glory. This thing. There we go. Now we're moving. Very good. And you can actually hop on the back right here and ride along with it. I'm just gonna let this sit for a minute. Alright, so as you can see here, the minecart should be right about here. So these deployers are placing cobblestone in a path that would just encase the minecart so that it doesn't come in contact with any lava. It's also putting it underneath the minecart so that it never falls, so that if there's no ground in front of it, that's fine. The rest of the contraption can actually continue just fine, even if it touches liquid. It's just the minecart that needs to be protected. And so you can see here one problem that I'm having. We had a good start in the beginning. It was going pretty fast. It's slowing down quite a bit because a powered rail of any kind doesn't provide infinite speed, or an infinite amount of speed. Infinite momentum? That's the word. Why is there cobblestone here? but it doesn't provide an infinite amount of momentum. Oh, shoot. No, so creepers are much more dangerous in this mod pack, as you can see. It's a really good thing I have good armor. I'll just put it that way. I hope my machine is okay. Okay, my machine's fine. So occasionally, once it gets to a certain point, I will have to start pushing it, which is kind of annoying. The whole point of an automatic drill is, you know, being able to leave it alone and let it do its thing. But it will slow down to nearly stopping. I haven't let it stop yet, but I'm going to let it continue for a bit before I show you the results of this. So I'm going to put this back here. Whoa. And that's why this is the station, because it can place in random directions sometimes. Meant for it to place that way. But I'll collect some of this when I'm done. Fiery glass is actually a very good fuel source and a very good torch. That's what I've been using mostly. I'm going to empty some of my supplies here. Well, what I can at least. I'll need most of this for the build itself, but I don't think I'll need the obsidian. Or the quicksilver at the moment. Andesite. That's important. I need to put that back up here. All right, let's go take a look at our friend Argus to see what his windmill looks like. A waystone. I know I'm dumping a lot on you at once here. A waystone is essentially a way to teleport between places that have other waystones. You can also use it to teleport to the nearest one. This one here, unfortunately, I have not found a way to rename them yet. Actually, I have an idea. No, it's probably not going to work. I'm not going to do it right now. But his is this one right here, and it costs experience to teleport between them. So this is his windmill. I kind of want to dig into it to see how he's got his functioning. But at his place here, he's got, wow, that's you can't even see it. He's got it connected to these here, and that windmill essentially powers everything in his base. This well, he's gone very heavy into the industrial side of this mod. He empties his ores here, and what this does is essentially creates more than simply smelting it would. It gets crushed here, washed here, which gives about a 30% increase in the amount of ingots you get. Amount of nuggets, because washing it turns it into nuggets. You get a 100% chance to get 9 of them, and a 30% chance to let's see. This is actually a fantastic part of the mod. I can just look it up and see. Iron probably work. So crushing. Getting crushed would give him a 30% chance to get 3 times as many crushed ore as you normally would. 1 crushed ore, by the way, gives you 1 ingot. So already we're increasing the amount of iron we get. And once you take that and wash it, you have a 50% chance to get... Wow. Okay, so you have a 100% chance to get 10 iron nuggets, which is already more than 1 ingot, and a 50% chance to get half of that amount. So this is quite an increase. And what he does with all of that... whoa. It's a good thing you're not a creeper. I would feel very bad. I'm a little paranoid now. What he does with that is once it is washed and comes into this right here, it will go through these series of chests until it reaches... it will go through these series of chests until it reaches this mechanical press, which will turn them into ingots. Once they're ingots, they get sent back over to this chest here, where you can see it's actually been doing a very nice job for him. He had previously, last time I checked, several stacks of iron ingots. He must be putting them to use. And down here, I know he's got a project going on. This is his kelp farm. You remember what my kelp farm looked like? This is much bigger than my kelp farm. I only was planning on using mine for belts, but he hasn't the idea of using it for fuel. So of course he will need much more kelp than I will. I will be using lava for my fuel. But what this is much like the wheat farm that I showed you earlier. I'm excited to see what he does with this. He's a very creative guy. I have to ask him questions. Why is he sleeping on top of water? I don't know. There might be something mechanically to that. I don't know.